Good evening, otherworldlies. This is Juliana Angel, your Dark Mass Diva. How's everyone doing today? Okay, you guys, I've been up since early this morning, doing a lot of errands, running around town, so I'm so tired, so excuse me if this is a tired video. I've had quite a day. Alright, so okay, I was asked to do a video about pretty privilege, alright? So, a lot of people actually don't know what it is. Okay, and people think that I have it, and I do, but I'm going to tell you what it actually is, okay? It's not what you guys think it is. Alright, so you're going to be really disappointed when I tell you what it actually is, okay? Pretty privilege, it has the word privilege in it. Okay, but it's not what you think it is. Now, you're going to be so disappointed. Okay, now privilege is like it's, you think it's when you get to have things, right? Because that's what the word privilege really means. But what actually tends to happen, guys, is that you go around and you're getting there's a backlash to it. All right, so you're thinking that you're getting more things because of it, but there's actually more problems attached to it, and you're like, oh, poor you. People think you're pretty, so you have all these problems attached to it. Oh my God, don't you wish you were ugly? No, I don't wish I was ugly. That's really not what I'm complaining about. If I wished I was ugly, I would go around trying to be ugly. Don't be stupid. It's not really like that, okay? It's more, okay, here's the thing. People will approach you if they find you attractive. But here's the thing, they'll approach you in ways where it's not serving you to be attractive, okay? Here's the thing, privilege is something where you are benefiting from being attractive, right? So here's the thing, pretty privilege is like, okay, well, if I go into a bar, I never have to pay for my drinks. Okay, back when I used to use drugs, I never had to pay for my drugs. Okay, I tend to get things for free, that sort of thing, okay? So that is a pretty privilege. Or if I walk into a room, I know men are going to look. That kind of thing, like, I never feel invisible to men. That's what pretty privilege is, okay, you guys? That's basically what it is. But on a day-to-day basis, it's mainly just me being sexually aroused all the time. Alright, like, I'll describe what happens. If I'm walking down the sidewalk, I'll get people blocking my path. And you're thinking, well, you live on a city street. People walk, and they get in each other's way, and you have to kind of keep walking with traffic, or else you're going to bump into people. And no, it's not really like that. It's like somebody will find you attractive, so they'll block your path and they'll keep you from walking. They'll sexually harass you and block you, and you try to get around them, and they'll get in your way. That's what I'm talking about. Like, it's scary. And it's and you'll be like, excuse me, and you're trying to get around him. Well, the thing is, I used to be almost completely paralyzed. So walking for me, I've only been walking for a couple of years. So, and I had to teach myself how to walk again. So even though I appear graceful and everything like that, it's still scary, because when I'm walking alone, I'm thinking I could easily be pushed over. So someone gets in my way, that's really scary. And see, a lot of people don't know that. They think that because I look like I'm walking normal, and I don't wobble back and forth when I walk, and I don't walk like there's something like wrong with me. I just walk normal. So people don't think of me as being disabled when I walk or anything like that. I don't have a walker, a cane, a staff, or anything that makes it look like I have problems walking. I just walk down the sidewalk like any person. So when somebody is trying to block me and talk to me, I'm filled with a lot of anxiety. Okay, so, and I just want them out of my way. I don't want them to talk to me. And, I'm filled with that, like, fight or flight. Okay, so what's happening is they find me attractive. I don't find them attractive. Well, first of all, as you guys know, I'm in a relationship, so I don't want strange men talking to me. I have no reason for them to be doing that. So they need to just get out of my way, and the thing is when I'm walking, that's my mode of transportation. And also when I'm walking, I need to practice walking. So they need to just let me practice walking. I need to walk where I need to go, and then I need to walk home. So I'm also, I'm practicing walking so I can stay walking and not be paralyzed again. And they need to not impede my progress. So they're impeding my progress. They're scaring me, making me think I'm going to fall. And they don't need to be talking to me anyway. So it's, and they're, and the thing is, I'm a woman, they're a man. They're bigger and stronger than me. So that's scary. And they're blocking my path. The sidewalk is only so big. They're in my way, so I'm trying to get around them, and they want to talk to me, and I'm trying to move away, and they're still trying to talk, and I'm like, excuse me, you need to move. I'm trying to get, around you. I need to talk to you. And I'm like, no, you don't. It's like, and I never take the ring off. I don't, what's wrong with them? It's like, my fiance works. It's not like he's going to be around me 24/7. What am I supposed to do? Never leave the house? No, I need to be out walking around. I need to be living my life. I need to be doing the things outside I need to be doing. Seriously. So, I don't want to be bothered all the time. I just get faced with these, like, weird situations, like, you guys saw me when I had the purple hair, right? So, I'm just walking up the street, there's a supermarket, like, 2 blocks down. It's the little market. So, I'm walking to this market, and this guy just comes charging up the street at me, right? And I'm like, I can tell he's charging up to talk to me, and he's walking really fast. So I'm like, I don't like this. So I cross the street to avoid him. So he crosses the street to come bug me again. And I'm just like, and he comes up and he looks at me and he goes, and you could tell he was high on something. And, he goes, purple is the color of royalty. And I said, yes, I'm a queen and I order you to go away. And he just goes, and it was just kind of like, it's obvious I crossed the street to get away from him, and he just crossed to come bother me again. And it's like, it's to the point where, yeah, they're attracted to me, but they're also attracted to disrespecting me. Is that privilege? No, that's harassment. How is that privilege? Privilege is people spending money on you. Privilege is people making your life easier. What are they doing? They're making it harder. They're scaring me. They're making me think I'm going to fall when I'm walking. They're keeping me from going into the store. They're making me cross the street to get away, and then they're blocking me again. They're making me be salty to them. You know what I mean? They're making me come out of myself and just having to be completely rude. I'll sit outside in front of my house on a bench. I moved to a gated community because I don't want salesmen knocking on my door. So I'll sit outside, on the bench in front of my house, and there's a gate right outside, but it faces the street. And I'm on the ground floor. People walk by, and they're strangers, and they talk to me. I don't want them talking to me. I'm sitting outside my house. I want to be left alone. So they'll start asking me questions about the building, and they just want to talk to me, and I'm just kind of like, I'm journaling, or I'm doing so. I just want them leaving me alone. Just like, stop talking to me. And I said, these are blah 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 apartments, and there's no vacancies here, just like, and then I'll look up and they're still standing there. I'm like, what? Keep it pushing, It's like, leave me alone. You know, and it's just kind of like, they're just people who want to bother me. And whenever I go into a store, people stand as close as they possibly can. Where's my 6 feet? And guys, I have respiratory problems because I had that heart problem. That's why I was paralyzed. I don't wear a mask. And people are like this close to me. I'm like, what are you doing? Where's my 6 feet? Stand away from me. Why do you think I'm not wearing a mask? You know, and just because I'm not on oxygen. And people want to, like, there will be no one in the store and a person will be standing like right there. I'm like, what are you doing? Get away from me. You know, and it's like, that is not privilege, you guys. That's being sexually harassed all the time. I always wear a ring. Okay, let me tell you what happened to me today. I come back from running my errands. I stop, at the corner supermarket. And almost every time I go to the supermarket, I'm sexually harassed by at least one person. I don't care if you don't believe me. It happens, okay? I go, and it seems like I'm in some guy's way, so I keep getting out of his way, but he's just always there, and I get annoyed, and I keep, moving out of his way, and I'm trying to shop, and I'm looking at the meats, I'm looking at the cheeses, I'm looking at everything, and he just always seems to be there, and I'm just like, oh, God, am I in his way again, and I just get annoyed. So I'm carrying the basket, I'm looking at everything like, did they move the such and such since last time I was here? And I'm just trying to shop, right? Like everybody else there. And so I figure out that the thing that I really want, they no longer carry. And I'm like, I'm not going to even stop and ask somebody. I'm just going to look in this other aisle real quick. And then I'm going to go over here. So every time I turn around, and the aisles there are really narrow, every time I turn around, this guy is in my way. And I start getting annoyed. I'm like, okay, he's bothering me because he keeps staring at me too. Like this. Okay, guys. Is that pretty privilege? Or is that somebody who keeps getting in my way and he can make me trip and fall? That's someone who keeps getting in my way, staring at me and making me almost trip and fall and scaring me. And he's in my way when I'm trying to shop. And one time he even said hi to me. And I was just like, and I looked at him like this, and I don't know him. I have a ring on. Come on, guys. Please. I don't know this man. So I get everything I'm going to get. I decide that I'm not going to get a whole bunch of groceries because I do have to walk home. And I really don't want to do a whole lot of shopping because I'm tired of every time I turn the corner, this guy's right there blocking me, staring at me. That's not pretty privilege, you guys. That's somebody doing what happens to me a lot. Okay? So I look at all the lines to make sure I don't get in the same line as the guy. Okay, so I'm like, okay, the guy's in this line way over here, so I get in this line with this one checker. Okay, so I get in the line and everything like that, and I'm looking to make sure the other guy is in this line over here, right? So it's not even worth telling anybody that the guy was bothering me, because this happens all the time. There's always a guy bothering me in the store. Almost always. It's a guy with a cart, it's a guy with a basket, it's always a different guy. It's not like it's the same guy and I can always tell on him. And it's in a different store. I mean, it's not even worth ever saying anything. What am I going to do about it? Nothing. I can come home and complain to my fiance, and my fiance can get really mad and go, I'm sorry, honey, maybe I should go with you next time. No, I can't expect you to go with me all the time. I can just get mad about it. I mean, he needs to go to work. I need to be able to go to the supermarket by myself. And at first I was like, am I just tripping, or is this guy following me? And every time I turn around, he's right there staring at me. Yeah, he's following me around the store, okay? He's doing it. He's going around so he could do this again. I mean, it was really, really like, because he was just always in my way, and I was like, you again? Like, I know this is kind of a small store, but every time I turned the corner, there you are. It was like, it was just, I don't know how he managed to do it, guys. It was really weird, and it was really like making me mad after a while. And so I get it. I go in, and there was a checker I'd never seen before, and the checker looks at me and goes, like, hey. And he checks me out, and I kind of smile at him, and so he just smiles at me, and he like rings me up, and he smiles at me some more, and and he just kind of smiles at me like he's appreciating my looks, and and so I was like, okay, well, that's nice, and he wasn't saying anything, and he wasn't like doing anything to make me uncomfortable. He's like, how are you today? And I was like, fine, thank you, and I didn't complain about the other guy or anything like that, and he rings me up and everything like that. So that wasn't pretty privilege. That was just somebody appreciating my looks. And he was just looking at me like, whoa, like, who are you? I've never seen you in here before. And he was just like staring at me like, whoa. So, I mean, that was just kind of like, maybe I just looked really nice today or something. I don't know. But he was just like, thank you, come again, and like, have a nice day, and I just kind of put, everything in my bag, and I got up and left. And it was like, now that isn't pretty privilege. That's just somebody admiring you. Okay, he wasn't making me uncomfortable. He was just a guy admiring me. That's just somebody thinking you're cute, okay? I don't know if that's really pretty privilege or not. Pretty privilege is if somebody in line in front or in back of me paid for my groceries. That would have been pretty privilege, okay? That's it. That's the difference. This guy was just a guy who thought I was attractive and happened to not harass me. That's the difference. Okay, so that was like getting a compliment. Okay, so that was cool. So I'm like, okay, well, you know what? Somebody admired me and didn't give me a hard time about it. Right on. That was a compliment. So I was like, so I go home and everything, and it's like, I'm just like exhausted at this point, right? So I get to my gate. And the bags are like heavy, and it just seems like I walk for 2 blocks home, right? And it just seemed like the walk was like an eternity. So I get to the back gate, and it's just like the bags are just like heavy, right? And I get I pull I had the key around my neck because I didn't want to have to fumble in my bag, and so I get the key out, and I'm like, get the bag, get the key out. I'm getting ready to stick the key in the lock, and I turn the lock, and out of nowhere, some guy just comes in, like out of nowhere, some guy just comes and opens the gate for me, and I smile at him, I go, thank you so much, and the guy just appears out of nowhere, I didn't even see him or anything. Okay, now that is pretty privilege. Everywhere I go, men are opening the door for me. Okay, and I always appreciate when they do. That's pretty privilege, because I don't really think that happens for everybody. But I'm also the kind of lady that likes when guys open the door and call me ma'am and stuff like that. I'm like an old-fashioned girl. I like stuff like that. I just like that. I think that's manners. And I like when guys open the door and they nod when they see you and they're nice. He wasn't he didn't block me or anything. He was actually making my life easier. That's what pretty privilege is. He was doing something nice and making my life easier. So that's when it kicks in. So I was like, oh, thank God for that man who opened the gate for me, because those bags were really heavy. And then he opened the gate, and then he closed it, and then he walked off. So he was just a guy that appeared out of nowhere that just wanted to help me. Okay, so that's what pretty privilege actually is. So that's the difference. So then I finally got home, and I just came into my apartment, and I was like, oh, I made it home. But it was like, and then I texted Sensational, and I'm like, I made it home, and, the the day went good and all my errands went fine and everything. I said, I did get sexually harassed at the supermarket though. You know, it was kind of like, what else is new? But then he got mad because he hates when that happens. I said, but I'm okay though. You know, I said, I got over it. I was angry at the time, but I got over it. But the rest of the day went really well. Like, you know, everything went well today. But that's kind of like what happened. And anyways, I got away from the creepy guy and stuff like that, and I just made sure I didn't get in the same line he was in, so he didn't have the chance to bug me anymore. But I don't know what it is. Like, comment below if you go to the supermarket, even if you're like a guy, because like, does that happen to you as a guy? Do like weird ladies like sexually harass you at the supermarket? Because I don't want to just assume that it just happens to women. And of course, women, like, do weird guys sexually harass you at the supermarket? This can't just be happening to me. What is it about the supermarket? Is there something about picking out food? I mean, I have a big engagement ring on. Like, I know they see it. I mean, it'd be one thing if I was single and went around and like, hey, I'm single, what? I'm single, I'm right here, what? No. I'm with somebody. Why are they, like, what is it? Like, stop trying to talk to me. Give me a break. I mean, what is it about picking out food? Because it's not just that supermarket. It's like any other one I go to. Seriously, it does not matter what supermarket it is. It's that one and it's the other one that I usually go to. Like, please. Please tell me what it is about the supermarket. And then walking on those particular sidewalks, it's just people just want to block me and bug me over there. I don't know what it is about those two, but they don't want to get out of my way. And I know I don't seem crippled or anything like that. I mean, I can even dance too. I mean, so that's why people like, but I used to be a dancer, so I have muscle memory, but they don't understand like how scary that is. Like, that's intimidating. And it's intimidating behavior when they do that. And they like, I turn around and there they are again, like right in my face, like, dang, you know, that is so scary. So like, does this happen to guys too? Do women just like pop up out of nowhere and they're just like all in your face like that? That's so weird. Okay, so does that happen? But pretty privilege is mostly just people sexually harassing you, staring at you and making you uncomfortable, getting in your personal space, and they're just like coming around the corner when you're, and they're in your way, and you have to like walk out of the way, and you have to like use all kinds of like tactical maneuvers and skills just to get away from them all the time. And then you have to like mean mug them and just get really mad, like are you serious? Get out of my way. So it's like they're making your life actually harder. But I mean, there's times when it kicks in where people are opening doors for you and looking at you like, wow, you're cute and stuff, and they're smiling at you and stuff like that. I mean, that's nice. I mean, it's those are nice little things, but the rest of it is just really getting harassed almost all the time. So I don't know, is it a good thing or not? I get irritated a lot. That's what pretty privilege actually is. It'd be one thing if people are like, wow, you're really pretty, let me just hand you $100. I mean, that's what people think pretty privilege is. It's not. That'd be cool if it was, but that's not what happens. So, anyway, comment down below. Okay, if that weird stuff happens to you. But yeah, at the supermarket, that's when all the super weird harassment happens. It just brings out like the most egregious behavior out of people. picking out food. Don't know what that is. Anyway, I love you guys. I love you otherworldlies. And yeah, just you got a weird story to tell me. Okay? I love you guys. Good night.